So, the React Native team just dropped version 0.83, and it's getting a ton of attention. But, maybe not for the reasons you'd typically expect from a big release.
I absolutely love this quote from the team at CallStack. In the world of framework updates, hearing something is not controversial is honestly one of the best compliments you can give. It means stability, it means predictability, and frankly, it means a much smoother life for us developers. And that, right there, is the big story.
And that brings us to what makes this release so special. It's actually all about something that didn't happen.
That's right, you heard me correctly. For the first time since it basically debuted, we have a major release without any of those dreaded breaking changes for developers. When this was announced, I saw people on social media immediately calling it suspicious. And you get it, right? It's so unusual, it almost feels too good to be true.
Now, just because it's not breaking things doesn't mean it's not packed with new goodies. Not at all. This release brings React Native up to speed with React 19.2, and that unlocks some seriously powerful new tools for us to play with.
So first up is the new activity component. On the surface, it seems pretty simple. It just lets you show or hide parts of your UI. But trust me, the magic is all in how it does it.
Okay, here's where the magic happens. State preservation. You know the old way, right? You hide a component, it completely unmounts, and poof, any user input or internal state is just gone, wiped out. But with activity, the component gets hidden while its state is perfectly preserved. The key takeaway here is huge. No more lost data and a much, much smoother UI when you're toggling things on and off. Next up, let's talk about the developer experience, because wow, it just got a massive upgrade. The dev tools have been completely reimagined.
We've all felt this pain, right? Your console is just getting absolutely flooded with network logs just so you can see what's going on. Well, my friends, those days might just be over.
So the dev tools are now a standalone desktop app. This means they're way faster, more reliable, and they won't conflict with your browser anymore. Plus, it comes with a powerful new network inspector and advanced performance tracing built right in.
And one of the best new features, for my money, is this Initiator tab in the Network Inspector. For the very first time, it tells you the exact line of code that triggered a request. I mean, come on, this is a total game changer for debugging. No more guesswork. All right, so beyond the dev tools, this release is also about future-proofing our apps. It's about bringing more of the web's power directly into our native development workflow.
This was the actual reaction to the new Intersection Observer API, and it just perfectly captures the excitement. Now, while you might not be building the next Fortnite with it, this API really does unlock a whole new level of dynamic, interactive UIs.
So what does it do? Well, it lets you know precisely when an element becomes visible on the screen. Think about lazy loading images as you scroll, or triggering subtle animations as components fly into view. This has been a standard on the web for years, and now it's finally available in React Native.
So, with all these awesome improvements, we get to the big question, the one on every developer's mind. Should you upgrade your app?
Look, for any new app you're starting, upgrading to 0.83 is an absolute no-brainer. But for a project that's already in production, you'll want to be a bit more strategic about it.
Here's a simple little checklist for you. First, verify that all your third-party dependencies are compatible. That's a big one. Second, run your test suite and do a full manual test run to catch any regressions. And finally, just make sure the broader ecosystem, your CI/CD tools, all that stuff, is ready for the change. React Native 0.83 really feels like a huge step forward in maturity. It's stable, it's more powerful, and it offers a vastly improved developer experience. It's less about some radical new direction and more about just perfecting the tools we use every single day. So with better tools and zero breaking changes, the only question left is, what are you going to build first?